Hey guys, Adam Slater here, Lawrenceburg Fire Department. I've had a couple questions. I know it's been a while since I've seen y'all. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July. Today is July the 8th, Wednesday, 2020. It's been a while. Things are crazy. Y'all know how things are. But anyways, we've been really busy around here. But I've had some questions about fire alarms. Fire alarm safety. What do we do when the fire alarm goes off? And I've got probably the best person that I know of personally to answer these questions, and that is Captain Brandon Stutz with the Fire Prevention Division, and he's going to discuss a little bit about what we do when the fire alarm goes off. Where do we go? Just tell us a little bit, Brandon.
All right, Adam. So one of the biggest questions that we get when it comes to fire alarms or evacuation drills and stuff like that is, what do you do? Most of the time, these things will already be in play by whoever the manager, safety operations, or whatever at that plant or facility that you work at. But the biggest thing I tell everybody is if you hear an alarm going off and everybody's like, oh, it's so annoying, it's so loud. And I always tell them whether it's a home smoke alarm that a resident might be having an issue with, or whether it's a notifier on like a big alarm system when you're working at one of your facilities, it's annoying for a reason, right? So don't ever treat an alarm when it's going off that it's a false alarm. You need to always act as if that alarm that's going off is a true alarm. You want to evacuate, you want to get outside, you want to take your nearest exit. If you work at a facility or you're housed in a place where there's elevators in use, you don't ever want to utilize those if you can keep from it, because they could be compromised in the event of an actual working fire. Once you get outside the structure, we always tell everybody you want to go to the adjacent building or maybe outside across the street even, because you don't want to hinder the response of the apparatus and these guys right here coming in, because they're going to come to the front side of the structure most of the time. You want to clear out away from it. Stay away from the front of the building, because you could have windows that begin to break and debris and stuff can be falling. So you just want to get away from the structure, but you want to get where you're at where they can have accountability and things of that nature too. And then once outside, what I always tell everybody is you never want to re-enter the building. If it's an actual working fire alarm, you want to stay outside until your safety officer, whoever's over you there at your facility, and mainly the fire department. The fire department in the end will actually tell you when it's safe as you, as the individual, to enter back into your building where the alarm had occurred. So.
All right. Well, y'all heard it from Brandon Stutz. Like I said, he's our fire prevention guy. He takes care of inspections, alarms, everything to do with fire prevention in the city of Lawrenceburg. He takes care of that. He actually is the guy with smoke alarms and smoke detectors, and we've still got a couple of those left.
Yeah, that's something good to bring up. So in lieu of the COVID crisis that is all affecting us right now, we have some extra smoke alarms here at our disposal. Now, the kicker to that is we like to install them inside the city limits. If an individual lives outside the city limits and they need some smoke alarms, then they can notify us here at Station 1. It's 762-9046. They get in contact with me, and then I'll reach out to whatever volunteer department chief is in their response district or whatever, and they'll actually take those out there and install them. And we just have to have documentation for that. It was like a grant and a program that was started through public education, but as we all know, our public education's kind of been hit a speed bump with all this stuff going on. So we're adapting to our new normal here at the fire service too when it comes to public education and training and some other things we're doing. But we have those smoke alarms. They're here at our disposal for anybody that's in need. And another thing I wanted to touch on that I forgot to mention as far as alarms go and alarms inside buildings and facilities. If you have an alarm going off, especially if you're in an industrial facility or something of that nature, don't ever attempt to reset that yourself there at the alarm panel. That only needs to be done by a maintenance worker or by someone who is affiliated with the company that installed that alarm system. And the reason for that is when we come to an alarm or we get notified to come to a building, because whether it's a false alarm or it's working, we're all coming with the same response until we get notified by dispatch. And even then we send like an extra unit just to, you know, be double safe that everything's okay, and we go straight to that alarm panel, and that alarm panel shows us vital information and what's going on. So if an individual goes and they silence that alarm, they reset that alarm, it takes away from a little bit of our knowledge there at that facility, and may keep us from, you know, making the right call when it comes to trying to figure out what's going on there, as far as even if it's a false alarm. So just be sure to not mess with the alarm until the fire department gets there, and unless it's a maintenance worker, and you'll want to notify the alarm company. We got a good crew here at dispatch. Usually they alert us whenever we have anything going on like that as far as a false alarm. They'll let us know, and we work well with all of our industries here. They really help us out and stay on top of things like that. But hopefully you remember those tips, and you know, keep your family safe. And we're here to serve our community and serve the city of Lawrenceburg. We're proud to do that. And hopefully, you know, we won't be coming to see you in that regard, but you know, if we do, maybe the information that I gave you will help you keep your co-workers and your family safe.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
Remember, fire alarm goes off, get out. You know, if you feel like you need to, you can call 911. Tell them that their alarm's going off. We're coming, okay? Get out of the structure. Don't mess with anything, and you'll be good. Don't go back in until we tell you to. All right? See y'all. Thank you for watching.